All right, let's dig into the Facebook profile first. You want to make sure your profile has got some relevant information as well as a professional or at least really clear headshot. So your cover photo is here. It's real easy to update or replace that. You can choose from photos on your computer or photos that are already in Facebook. Same with your profile picture, but again, make sure it's relevant to you. I would use your full name. I'm not a fan of adding realtor or something else to your name. Also, Facebook has been definitely cracking down on that, so I try to stick to professional things. I would also recommend making sure that your bio says what you do, and ideally links to your, if you have a page, or just links to something relevant, probably not your broker's page if you're an agent at a brokerage. But just something, especially if you're in sales, if you're an active participating agent or broker, I would say broker at my company, or real estate agent at my page, real estate consultant at my page, because this link is clickable. And so people will go here to check out your page. So putting where you live is good. Also realize that in this day and age, people are coming from all over the world to see your profile. So it's good to be sure that people understand that you are a realtor in Dallas, Texas, or Atlanta, Georgia, or wherever you are. So beyond that, I would just be sure that you've got some professional things here. Obviously people are going to tag you in things, and that's, fine and good. If someone does tag you in something, depending on your settings, you can have a setting to approve new tags before they show up on your actual timeline here, or you can also remove items from your profile or from your timeline specifically. So you can actually leave if you need to remove the tag, you can remove the tag, but a lot of times it's good to leave the tag and just hide from your timeline. So I'm not going to hide that because I don't want to, but something where, this is going to reflect when someone goes to your profile, they're going to see a list of all these things someone tagged you in. So if someone tags you in something you don't want to be tagged in, or if you want to stay tagged in, but it's just not on your timeline, that's where you would go to edit that. Also, I want to be clear, we're working here in the profile. We'll dig into page in a little bit, but your personal account with your name on it is called your profile. It's not a personal page, it is a profile. A page is a completely separate entity, and we will dig into that just a little bit later. So just be sure that you've got what you want to have here, because again, more than ever, people are going here to check you out if they're considering using you for their agent or broker. So be on top of that. There's a number of things you can do. You can add specific photos, featured photos that'll stay here. You can go as deep with this or not as you want. People will also see whatever you want them to see as per your profile settings. So you can make your profile completely public. You can make it visible only to friends. There's a number of ways to manage that, and that's largely here under settings. So your general settings, you'll want to go through some pretty basic stuff here. Security and login, again, is going to be more about specifics of your account and the security on it as far as logging in and whatnot. Privacy is, you'll definitely want to take a look here. I've got my post set to public. I'm also not really active here, but you can set a number of things, from who can send you friend requests to who can actually see your friends list, who can look you up via your Facebook email address or phone number, and do you want to be indexed out to search engines? Which again, if you're looking to generate business from this, you probably want to be visible there, and you are going to come up very early in both Facebook or other social platforms and YouTube. So probably something you want to have, but again, something you should absolutely be aware of. Timelines and tagging is what I referenced a little bit before. Who can post on your timeline? Questions like, who can see the post that you're tagged in? And this is where you would make your settings if you want to be able to review if someone tags you before it actually shows up on your timeline. You'll get a notification to approve the post to show up on your timeline or not. I would definitely recommend going through these settings, making sure you have what you want. Notifications is also a really good one. I've dug into these pretty deeply, and I actually don't use Facebook personally on mobile, but there's a ton of settings you can do here for notifications. I'm going to dig a little bit into notifications specific to other people that you follow or connected to, as well as for pages that you may want to keep up with or not keep up with. So digging through your settings is definitely an important thing that I highly recommend. So when you click on the Facebook F up here, it's going to bring up a couple of things. Something I want to dig into a little bit right now is going to be, you have to go here under Explore. They move this all the time, so just find friend lists. And this is definitely something that you want to set up. Lists are essentially groupings of people that you're connected to that you can use to either view their posts, and you can also post to that group. So it's visible only to this specific, it's not a group, that's probably not the right word I should use, to the group of people. So it's not a Facebook group, but it is the people that you have selected here that are on your list. So I'm going to go to my Atlanta area real estate people. So I have pulled together a list of people who are agents or otherwise active in real estate in the Atlanta area. So if I had a specific need in Atlanta, or if there was an event that I wanted to invite people to, I can actually come here, start a post, and under who's going to see it, because I'm in this list, it automatically pulls up this list, Atlanta area real estate people. So I can actually post, and the only people that will see that post, unless I change it to public, are going to be the people in this group. So that is a really powerful tool, something you could use with past clients, or if you're connected to any of your prospects on Facebook. It's a great way to post content that's relevant to them, but maybe it's not something that you want everyone that you're friends with or family members to necessarily see. So some really great things you can do there with lists, really simple to set up. You go here under Manage List, or you can also just go to here and add friends really easily that you're already connected to this list. It's also a really great way to be able to scroll through the list and just, have a like or comment. Really can pull your feed down and cut through some of the noise of just everybody who has, been posting stuff and current events and all that. It's a great way to really bring your focus into liking, commenting, or otherwise connecting with a specific group of people. So let's go back to profile here for a minute as far as posting goes. A couple of quick things that are pretty simple, but I just wanted to run them over or run through them. So there's a few things. One of the things is that, and I think most people realize this, but one of the things that you can do is when you post a URL in here, let's just say that we'll pull up just a random event here, see if this works in real time. But if we want to go to, see if one of these events will work even if they're not actually current events that are happening. These may not have images in them, but one of the things you can do when you post a link, it's pretty common that it's going to pull in some sort of image for you. If it does not, you can, once it generates this little banner, you can actually delete this URL and the banner will stay there. So you don't have to see the long URL in your profile. Once you post it and Facebook processes it, for lack of a better term, that event's still going to be there and it's still going to be a clickable link without that loud, crazy URL there. You can also click on photo or video to upload your own photo to this, or series of photos or video, and the link will still be below it and active. So in this day, having a video or a really good image is a great way to really capture people's attention. Also, we'll go into this a bit later, but having a strong call to action. I probably didn't do a great job here with that, but a really clear call to action. Tag a friend, would love to see you there. Click on the link to register now, space is limited. Something really clear, especially again in the super noisy world of just saying exactly what you want people to do. Even if it's just click like, tag a friend, suggest some questions we should ask, some sort of really clear call to action. So, and again, you can control who you want to see this post. I believe you can do lists here. So you can even do specific friends, which is pretty amazing. So you can absolutely control who's going to see these posts. And that's smarter now more than ever. I think segmenting is really where it's at. Just shouting into the void is probably not the best practice. So we'll dig in another lesson, a little more about pages and some calls to action, but just wanted to go over the essence of your Facebook profile and some quick posts and using lists.